Tinseltown live on Spreecast. And Carolyn and I are going to dance again. Come on, Carolyn, get into it. Yeah, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. You are awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Ms. Meliz. I'm Melissa Reyes, and I'm happy to have with me Carolyn West. She's from the blog This Talk Ain't Cheap. But I'm telling you, girlfriend, she ain't cheap. She's awesome. She's golden. And she also is a campaign manager for Collective Bias. So, she's the girl you want to know if you want to get some more blogging. And she also has a company called Social Elements Media, so she can help you get your social media on. So, welcome, Carolyn.
Thank you very much. This is fun.
This is going to be a blast. Tonight we are doing Blogging Bonanza. Okay, Blogging Bonanza, everybody. So, anything you want to know about blogging. Your predictions, Carolyn. I want to know about your predictions for the future of blogging. And I want to know what you think the biggest challenges for bloggers are and what your challenges are for blogging. And then I want to know a little bit more about you, my friend, because even though we've known each other for a few years and you've been incredibly influential in my life, you know, because we got to know each other online and through our blogging and social media events. And then we became friends, and we, what I like to say, crossed that bridge to friendship. We miss a little bit of the discovery when you first meet somebody and become friends with them, kind of like we're instant friends. So I want to learn about you. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do, Carolyn?
Oh, gosh. That's kind of a hard question. I don't have a lot of free time. So for fun, you know, I will like hole up in my room and read. I like to, you know, just because I don't have a lot of time to read books, just, you know, novels and that sort of thing. So that's kind of fun for me. If I can carve out an hour to just sit alone in my room and read, that's super fun for me. I know it sounds lame,
okay.
huh? But that's fun.
It does sound lame. It is.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, I think that is something that you enjoy doing, and I'm really glad that you get thrillsville out of reading. But I do know that you have a book club. So tell me about your book club, because I think that sounds like fun.
Okay. Well, again, more reading. I've had a book club for. Let's see. Lauren is almost 10, so I'd say just about 10 or 11 years now. Same book club.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a really long time.
How many people are in it?
There's 5 of us, but when we started, when we started out, we had about 20, and we've kind of gone up and down over the years, and people have come in and gone out, and you know, disappeared, and the whole thing. But the 5 of us who are here were the original 5. We were there at the beginning. So we've all known each other for 10 years, and it's fascinating, really, because we are 5 completely different people. We never would have met any other way. We never would have been friends. There's a huge age gap.
How did you get started with that group?
Different methods. Oh, my God. It was when Oprah started her whole book club on TV, that whole thing. And I thought, well, that's really cool. I had 2 little babies. I had two little babies, one on the way, and I had nothing else to do but, you know, change diapers and feed babies. So I thought, well, wouldn't this be great if I could join a book club? And so I went online under Oprah's site and looked for a book club in my area. And I found out there wasn't any because Santa Clarita is not really like the hub of activity. So stupidly, I thought, well, here I'm just going to sign up to host one, not thinking that anybody would be interested at all. And I literally got at least like 10 emails within that first day saying, I want to join.
Incredible. Yeah. That's awesome. So, and I mean, and you've kept it going for 11 years. What book are you reading now?
We're actually reading The Alchemist, which is a book that I read last month before. We take turns. So there's 5 of us, so we rotate. And one of us will suggest a book that we'll all then read, because we found that we all have such different tastes in books that it sort of forces us to read things that we normally would not pick up. And a friend of mine, another blogging friend, had recommended The Alchemist last month, something she had read. And so I went and I bought the book, I picked it up, I read it, and just so happened that another of my book club friends had recommended it for this month, and I was very excited because I had already read it. So I'm ahead of the game.
So that makes it easier. It makes
it really easy, no pressure.
Well, what are the discussions like? I know what a discussion is like for a book club, and I've been to book clubs, but it just, for something that's been going on that long, it must seem really comfortable. It must be really cool.
It's definitely become a lot more social. We've been through our kids growing and changing and college and, getting married and having other, they've become grandparents, that sort of thing. So there's been a lot of life changes through us. And so we're not really, the interesting thing is we don't really see each other and talk to each other outside of book club. So once a month is really it. That's our time to sort of catch up with each other. And we've gone from hosting it at houses and at bookstores and to going out to dinner. So once a month, whoever suggests the book suggests a restaurant, and we go out and we eat and we drink and we just have a fabulous time. And we talk about the book and what we loved and what we hated, and we talk about movies that are coming out of books that we have read. So it's become more than just a book club.
Carolyn, you know what those are called? MOOCs. Movies that become books. MOOCs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun.
So that is what you do for fun. I can get behind that 100%. Okay.
And I play tennis.
Tinseltown. Okay. That's Tinsel. Okay, tennis is also Tinseltown approved.
And I play tennis.
So, Carolyn, we should play tennis sometime. The last time I played tennis, I broke my arm, but I'd be willing to do it again. So what are you most passionate about, my dear? What really floats your boat? What drives you? What is it that you stand for? Deep question.
Other than my children, can I not say my children?
You can say whatever you want.
I'm really proud of my kids. They're kind of at that age now where I'm past the baby stage. I'm past the little kid, being annoying and all that stuff. And I'm finding that you know what I mean. But I'm finding that now that they're moving into that teenage stage, I really like them. That sounds horrible. They're really nice. They're nice people. They're fun to hang with. I enjoy hanging with my kids.
You are nice people, and it doesn't surprise me at all. I think your kids are wonderful. They really are. Carolyn has 3 girls, and they're so well-mannered and polite and interesting and articulate, and they're just like their mom. Of course, I'm a huge fan of your family.
Thank you.
Since you've been blogging for so long and have done so much more than the average blogger, Carolyn, really, I mean, you have taken it to another level. What do you think is the biggest challenge for bloggers? There's lots of challenges.
Blogging has completely changed since I started doing it. It's become a business. Or I should say you can make it a business. And when I first started, very, very few people were really making money from it and making it their number one source of income. So there was, you had a few of those top tier bloggers that you kind of aspired to be. And now it's a lot more accessible for everybody to sort of make some money off their blog and make an income and do sponsored posts and everything. And there's a lot of controversy around that. And especially today, even on Facebook, there was a lot of discussions going around in several different boards, not just our groups, but several different boards about, that balance between being authentic to yourself and having your readers really get to know you and you're writing for the love of writing versus making money and doing sponsored content. And so there definitely has been a switch with a lot of people to this, wow, making money can be accessible to me. And there's a disconnect. Blogging's just not what it used to be anymore. There's not a whole lot of people out there that you find that are just doing it for the love of writing anymore.
Yeah,
and so
I see.
lost
I
that.
see what
We've
you
lost
mean.
the narrative.
Right. And I think a lot of people are saying that, it's the balance between content and quality content and putting, sponsored posts and mixing it up with content and, the magazine look of a lot of blogs and trying to get a lot of different, ads and affiliate marketing. I mean, it's so much. There's so many levels. And we're all trying new things and there's trends and we get fed up with people who are just sticking with one thing, and I don't know. There's a lot of challenges. But my point is that, like everything, it requires a balance, and people. I always envy people who can do just one thing. I get bored. I like to do different things. So, but there are blogs out there that are just like I'm a writer, so poetry blogs. And they're just, journal blogs. And there are just, really, like I remember how when I first started in SoCal Lady Bloggers, I didn't want to choose a niche. I was like, no, do I have to just choose one thing? But, there's still people who are true to that. So I think that's a huge challenge for people like me who are creative and want to try a lot of different things. And you end up just constantly reinventing yourself. So
you do, but that's life, right? Isn't it? I mean, we're never the same person. We're always reinventing ourselves. So it would seem actually inauthentic, I would think, to just pick one topic and write about that for 10 years. I mean, how silly is that? Because we're not the same person we were when we started our blogs. Even a year or two ago. We're different. Our mindset's different. What we enjoy is different. So I know I personally have seen so many bloggers reinvent themselves, reinvent their blogs, go from one thing to another thing to another thing, and have done it successfully. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose your readers, because your readers are going to be on that journey with you anyway.
Yeah, and that's how you grow. By trying new things and moving forward. So, Anna Lydia brought up a really good point in the chat box over on the side. I don't know if you see that, Carolyn, but she says that notice only folks that are commenting on the balance are other bloggers and PR folks, not readers. Readers just they read, they enjoy, they absorb, and they back you. And your followers or your readers will read whatever you put up there, and they don't even need to comment anymore. They're just there. And so they're not involved in the business. They don't have that attitude. Yet I feel like I've lost some following since I started doing ads. And I had ads or a lot of sponsored stuff and reviews on my no thank you list, and I've been doing it anyway because I succumbed to wanting the free stuff. And it's hard to pass up the free stuff. And it feels like payment for me. And it gives me ideas of what to talk about. So every once in a while I have to go back to my no thank you list and think about my core purpose. And that's why I end up doing something like this, because then, it brings me back to my reality. So what is your core purpose, Carolyn, with your blog, this Talking Cheap?
Yeah. I don't know what my purpose, I don't know. I mean, I think, like we were saying, my whole life has completely changed since I started blogging. And I think I'm still trying to find my purpose. I have my, I guess I have my fingers in so many different things right now. And I'm starting to wonder, is it too much? Am I doing too much? Should I narrow my focus down? I don't know. I feel like now that I'm of a certain age and my children are older and much more self-sufficient, that I am now trying to find my path. I almost look at it like I'm looking at my daughter who's in high school, and she's trying to find her path and trying to figure out what college she's going to go to and what she's going to do with the rest of her life. I feel like I'm going through that same journey now, that I had my career, like I had a 20-year career, and I've done everything that I originally wanted to do when I was in my 20s. I've done it. It's done. I got married. I had children. I had a career. I started a blog. I've done all that, and now I feel like, okay, now I'm moving on. Now I'm going to do new things and different things, and I don't know where that's going to lead me, really. It's a journey. I know. It's like
do it all. Let's talk about that for a second.
Not well.
Yes, you do. You do it very well. I want you to, positive attitude, right? But even that aside, you were just voted in on the, what is it, the PTO or whatever?
The school site council, which is a group of some parents and teachers and the principal who get together on a monthly basis to sort of make decisions for the school. It's not really the PTA. The PTA makes like more fundraising decisions. It's more the actual school site and what our school site is going to do.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I did that when my kids were in elementary school, and I was on the board, but and it was a really valuable experience. But I wasn't blogging and doing all this other stuff, writing then. So you're doing the hands-on, active grunt work in the school with your kids. You're very, very involved in their activities and what they're doing, and which is fabulous. But in addition to that, you manage to have a business, support a huge group of women, over 700, almost 800 women in SoCal Lady Bloggers now, which blows my mind. It's more than doubled since you and Melissa Dell took it to the next level. And I think there were maybe 100 or 200 when I started in it.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to see it grow and to see the influence that you have. I love it when there's new people and we start the same conversations over again because it's so life-affirming. But you do all of that. Plus, you started a business now for consulting for small businesses for social media. So
yeah, it's a lot.
Do you sleep?
Not very much. Yeah, I sleep. I mean, I do. It's a lot, and some days are easier to manage than others, but I do feel overwhelmed sometimes. I have, my job with Collective Bias, so I've got those responsibilities. I have the social elements media. I have those responsibilities. And then, SoCal Lady Bloggers has kind of been running itself, but now we're trying to get back into that, trying to build the blog back up, build the page back up. So we have a whole lot of ideas with that. We're doing seminars. We've had 2 really super successful seminars in the past few months. So that's a lot of fun for me. I'm all about the education, whether it be for the kids or the bloggers or anything. You can always learn something new. So it's stressful. I mean, I feel like I'm under stress every single day, which is bad.
I'm glad to know that you shared with me recently because you asked me if I was interested in doing a 100-day promise or a 100-day program. Right. And I'm really glad that you're doing that, Carolyn, because that's something you're doing for yourself. And it's just going to make you even stronger and more focused and able to do all the things that you love to do. Because what I think you do for fun, girlfriend, is helping other people. And I think you're driven by by educating and sharing your knowledge and your thirst for knowledge. Wouldn't you agree, Anna Lydia? Because you know Carolyn as well as I do. So let's see, but tell me
No,
about. Hmm?
No, I was going to say
Tell me
I
about
do.
why you do that.
I love why I do it.
Why
What
you're
you asked?
doing the 100 day
Oh,
thing.
you know, well, you've been talking quite a bit about your process with your life coaching and being certified and all that kind of stuff. And so, I know there's a value in it. I guess I just never really thought that I was at that point, where I needed to take the jump. But I am. I'm so crazy busy, and I have so many different things going on that I do not feel like I'm managing it all very well. I shouldn't wake up every day, thinking, oh my God, what do I have to do today? I'm so stressed. That's not healthy. So this course came across my email kind of out of the blue. Just, hey, would you like to take this class and try it out and write about it and that whole thing? And I just thought, yeah, I need to start doing things for me. I need some help.
Yeah.
I need help. I need help managing everything that I'm doing because there's nothing I really want to give up. I mean, I enjoy all the different aspects of my life. I just don't know how to integrate them so it doesn't make me crazy. So this is a 100-day, it's a 100-day program. And so it's, hey, I'm committed, or I should be committed.
So to answer the question, if anybody's wondering what a 100-day program, or for me, I was in one and have about 12 or 10 days left of the 100-day promise. And basically a life coach leads the group in a journey that starts with really a lot of self-reflection and soul-searching, and you put a lot of energy into discovering what it is at the core of your desires and what you want for yourself, so that you can have a stronger focus and that you can put into practice the things that you need to do that we believe take more than 21 days or 8 days to build a habit. You want to have the time to really to give to yourself to really learn what it is that you want to do, and be able to put that focus on yourself and so that you can help other people or whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever you wanted, like for me, I wanted to become healthier, and I felt like I wanted to lose weight, and I thought that this program would really help me. But what I learned was that I wanted more energy and I wanted more vitality, and what was going to get me there was making healthy choices and making that a really strong practice. So the one that I was in had a Facebook group that you were committed. You promised to show up every day, and then there was a monthly call, and there was a weekly homework, like a weekly module. So what's yours like?
I'm not sure if we're doing the exact. I think we're doing the same one. I know she changed it a little bit because now it's online, and so it's a weekly online. Like for an hour every Monday.
Okay.
And she runs through. We haven't started yet. I think we start next week. So on Thursday she's sending us the information, and it's pretty intensive. You have to read a chapter. You have to do a workbook. You have to show up for an hour every week to this online class. So it's a big commitment, and we'll see. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to start because I feel like I just need something. When you get to that point where you just got so much going on and you just feel like you need somebody to help you rein it all in.
So, I don't know the artist's way, but there are a lot of programs out there that are being rerun by life coaches, and they guide you through it. So I don't know, the difference from the artist's way might be that it's put together in a program that you're guided through with other people, and that there becomes a support system where everybody's going through the 100 days at the same time. So, I'll be interested in finding out more about and seeing how they become more popular, because I think that a lot of certified life coaches are going through a process where they're getting certified to do these programs. And then, they're releasing their own books on it. So it might be something I'd be interested in doing. Most likely, that is part of the reason why I went through it. But I discovered that I really needed it. And there were a lot of other life coaches in the program with me, and we were all the same way. So it was like very affirming is probably the best word for it. But empowering too. So I wish you luck on that. I really do. And I'm after the 3 months, I'm going to come back and ask you, to tell me more, and I'll be following your blog and see how how you share and what you think about it. That's really cool. And I'm so proud of you for doing that, because we should all be doing a little something for ourselves, especially those of us who are overachievers, or should I just say fabulous achievers like yourself. And, Carolyn, that's why I'm doing this thing. And so I noticed Ruth is listening too, and Ruth and I just talked last week. Her show isn't on YouTube yet, but she did 10 minutes in Tinseltown with me, and I want you all to know what superstars you are to me. You really are. You are the rock stars. You are the supermom, and setting an example for other people, and just showing what can be done and what should be done. And same with Anna Lydia and Corey going back to school and doing, getting their degrees and doing that journey. That is they are total rock stars.
I think it's absolutely. It's really incredible. I think women who are our age, can I say that? Are really, just have this opportunity
I'm gonna
now.
have some younger girls on it too, because you'd be surprised.
But I, so many people I know are going back to school, and so many people I know of my age generation are starting businesses and are starting a new life. And even you've had, your family and your boys, and you've been working at, the same job for a long time, and you're not satisfied. There's more. Right. And you went for your life coaching and the whole thing. And I just find it's such a great time to be a 40-plus woman. Can I say that?
Of course you can. I'm proud. I'm 46.
There it is. I think it's great. I just, I feel like there's so much ahead. There's so much I haven't accomplished and that I can accomplish. So it's a good time.
Right. Corey brings up an important point over here in the chat box, and that is that you have to be ready, and it's so true. And there isn't a time limit for going back to school, or for starting a business, or for being a mom, or for going on that trip. I haven't told you yet, but Lito and I are planning a trip to Tokyo in 2016 with the boys. And there's no time limit. You can do it. It's just you have to be ready. You have to be ready and here.
Okay, this is really funny, and because with SoCal bloggers, every year I encourage everybody to post a word of the year instead of doing like a whole post on resolutions and all that kind of stuff. I always want to hear what your word is for the year. Okay, so this year my word was ready.
Oh wow! Look at that! Oh, I've got the chills. Mm-hmm. So sweet, so true.
Because last year my word was try, and I got a lot of flack for that, but I wanted to try things that I hadn't tried before, and so I feel like I did that. I spent 2013 really trying some new things, seeing what fit, seeing what didn't fit, and then by the start of this year I thought I've tried, I've done that part of my journey, and now I'm ready. I'm ready to have it all come raining down on me, So it's been quite a year. It's been quite a year.
It has been, and we still have some time. A couple more months. It's going to be. It's been a pretty neat year for that middle of the decade kind of. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy. 2014. My word this year was, in case anybody cares to know, who cares about me? We're interviewing you, but
please.
It was discover. So I was really ready to try new things, like you said, and well, here you go. I now have a podcast. A year ago, I would have said, never. I will not have a podcast. I hated podcasts, but I didn't really. I wanted a show, so my podcast is more of a show, and I'd like to try having multiple people on and do it kind of like a late night talk show format. So because I want it to be fun. So I'm going to do a monologue and then have like 2 or 3 people on. So that's the plan. Everybody gets 10 minutes. But me,
I love that.
I get the whole hour.
I love that.
So thank you. So it should be fun. Did you ever see that episode of Seinfeld where they find the set from the Johnny Carson show and they end up doing their own, like they just pretend like they're having a talk show? That's kind of what I'm doing.
You know, the funny thing is, I never wanted a talk show, but I always wanted to be on a talk show. I always thought that would be really cool to be a guest on a talk show. And so this is here. Okay, so here's like the embarrassing moment. Is this like, are we ready for the embarrassing moment? I'll be driving in my
embarrassing moment music to play.
You should. So I'll be driving in my car alone, and I'll like answer questions like that I think that somebody would ask me. Is that stupid? That's stupid.
What? Wait a second. How does that work?
I will practice. I'll be in my car driving, and I'll pretend like somebody's asking me questions about me or my life or my business or whatever it is, and I'll like answer questions to myself.
So you know what? I think that's your secret to why you seem so comfortable in this setting, because you have been doing this with your imaginary interviewer, playmate, if you will, for who knows how long, and that's pretty awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah, you read. Annalita says you're. I think because I don't have my glass on it, that you're readying yourself.
Yeah, because she wants me on a panel for her conference.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we talk about that? That's a really great segue. So what's going on with the whole blogging conferences and LL Blog 15? And
well, Annalita would really have to speak to that because the past 2 years I've been helping her, work on that. And then I sort of pulled out this year because, again, one of those things, my mom was really sick. It was when I was going through all this stuff with her. And I knew she was going to have surgery, and we thought she might end up living with us and the whole thing. And so I was in not a great place where I just needed to unload some of those responsibilities on my list. And so one of those things was,
you.
Yeah, and it was a really hard decision. Because I love it. I love planning conferences. I love, again, we talked about this before, the education. I love doing workshops and speaking and all that kind of stuff. But you get to the point where you just like, I know I'm not going to be able to give it my all. And so I didn't want to do a half-assed job. And so I just said, I can't focus on that right now. And I don't do that with a lot of things, but I knew that Annalita could handle it. She had a lot of people on her team who are amazing women, and she puts on a hell of a conference. I mean, I gotta say, I have been to a lot of blogging conferences in my life, and it's a hell of a conference. You're gonna come away. It is special. You're gonna come away learning. I mean, that's the best that I could say. You're gonna learn, and that's if you're gonna be paying money to go to a conference, you need to learn.
What I like about your and Annalita's conference is that you feel nurtured. When I leave, I feel nurtured. I feel cared for. And that's different than any other conference. And I've been to some other ones now, and I really like that a lot. So you're welcome. Annalita, who we're talking about, in case you don't know, is Annalita Monaco, and she is the head of Latina Lifestyles bloggers, or what are we called now? The Latina Lifestyle?
Latina Lifestyle bloggers. It's still.
Yeah. And which is a really fantastic group among a lot of other groups, and she puts together this conference every year, and Carolyn and she have been doing it for the last 3 years, I think, together.
This is the this is the 5th year of the conference. Anna Lydia did it the first 2 years. I helped her the second 2 years, and then she's got a new team this year doing it. So I'm sure that it's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of really incredible things. I'm, privy to little bits and pieces of it. So it'll be another really special one, especially because it's the 5th year. That's pretty incredible.
Right. So that's the Latina Lifestyle Bloggers Collective, and she's got the Bloggers Conference, and it's really fantastic for lifestyle bloggers or for any blogger or social media person who is interested in fashion, design, women's issues, anything having to do with lifestyles, and it's pretty amazing. So we will have on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with Anna Lydia, so she can share all the details about that and everything else that she's doing, because she's quite a rock star. But today we're still here with Carolyn, and I would like to know what your predictions for the future of blogging are. What do you think is going to be the next trend? What do you think will happen in the next 5 years? Are we still going to be complaining about Facebook possibly charging us to be on, and are we still going to be, trying to get our 10 cents worth of affiliate advertising and whatnot? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm guessing that there's going to be more platforms coming up. I think it's kind of naive to think that Facebook and Twitter are it for the long haul. I have no doubt that somebody's plugging away in their garage right now working on something bigger and better and different, and that we're all going to be talking about within the next 2 years probably. Blogging has changed a lot. I think we're sort of within the next year probably going to reach that tipping point where there's so many people writing sponsored posts and doing advertising and doing affiliate links that to say that people are going to get burned out on it might not be quite the reaction, but I think people are just going to get overloaded and it's going to start to drop off. I think the readership, like Anna Lydia had mentioned in a while ago in the comments, that our readers who don't blog are very different than our readers who do blog, and they will read a post and they will understand where we're coming from and how we're making money and why we're doing it. And then there's those other readers who are just your friends and your family who will read a post and go, that has nothing to do with you, or why were you writing that, and that was boring and I don't want to read that kind of stuff. I think
or they're inspired and they see, they like your reading because they like your voice.
Yes,
so
however,
they don't care about that.
Yeah, but that's the trick, isn't it? Because there's all these people writing all these sponsored things and with the links and stuff. You need to do something more authentic to be able to meld both of those. You can write a sponsored post and get paid for it and still tell your story. And yes. I am hoping that within the next year or so, we'll get back to that, telling our story rather than selling things.
Yeah. Do you think do you think that's what makes a good blogger? And where will we be with the influence quotient? Where people are using us for marketing because they feel like we influence others, yet really we just want to tell our story and make some money.
Well, and there's a big difference between, again, with that whole influencer thing. We're still working on that. I mean, we're still working on educating businesses and PR folks and all that kind of stuff on it's not just about the numbers. And I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there because I am starting very slowly to see, PR people and brands reach out saying they want that sponsored content. However, they want your voice. They want it to reflect who you are. Tell your own story within this. Just don't, feed me advertising. People can get advertising opening a magazine. They don't need to go and read your blog to find out what the next greatest product is. They might want to learn about the next greatest product, but they want to see why you love it, not that you know what I mean? They want to see how you're using it and why you love it and what other products have you tried and how does this affect your, if it's affecting your, beautiful skin, well, does your husband love that? You have to delve deeper. You have to go deeper and you have to, open yourself up a little more. And I think it's happening.
Yeah, totally. What do you think is the difference between a professional blogger and a good blogger? Is there a difference? And do you think that I think there's levels of blogging. I think there's a true blogger who just puts it out there, whatever they're doing, whatever they like, whatever they think. They're influencers because they have an opinion and they are willing to share it. It's unedited and it's directed in any way. It's different than a magazine. Then there's magazine blogs that have everything a magazine has, but it's on the web. And then there's journalists. There's a lot of different. So what's a professional blogger look like? What's the profile?
Okay. I would say what most people would think of a professional blogger is somebody who is earning a living off their blog. In order to earn a living off your blog, you need to be doing an awful lot of sponsored content. You need to be having advertising on there. You need to have affiliate links. You need to be doing all of that in conjunction to actually earn enough to survive. Okay? That's not the kind of blog normally that you or I or probably our friends or our family would want to go and read. We're not going to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of somebody is, absolutely, because they're the ones who are getting millions and millions of hits off their blog. So, you also have to look at the, the bounce rates too, which I know is hard for, the non-blogger to understand. But I might find, I might be scrolling through Twitter and find a link that somebody posts to some product that sounds really interesting. I might click on it, reach their blog, I'll take a look at it, but I'm certainly not going to go delve deeper into their blog. There's not other things I want to read. I'm going to be bouncing in and out of there. So yeah, they're getting the clicks, and their page views are going up, and they're getting more and more business, but that's all it turns out to be, sponsored content and advertising. When you go to a lot of these blog conferences and you find all these lists of, the best parenting bloggers or blogger every year does voices of the year, these are bloggers. These are the people who journal. These are the people who you will read a post and have an emotional attachment to it. It will resonate. You will cry. You will laugh. You want to know what happens next. You get invested in them. And there's not, when I started out, that's what I read. Every single blog, that's what it was. That's what it was about. And we've gotten away from that, and we need to get back to that.
Do you still have a favorite blog that you follow? And I understand if you can't say who it is because you represent so many bloggers. We're looking at thousands of bloggers who look up to you and want you to say them. But is there someone out there who you follow that you like that has that
there's quality? A few. Yeah, there's a few. And they're not the same ones that I've been following for 10 years, that's for sure. It's come and gone. I change, again, I knew a lot of bloggers way back when I started who did do the journaling and really did tell their stories. And again, they sort of went by the wayside. A lot of people got out of it. Blogging is hard. It is not something that you do on a whim. It's, if you want to be successful in it and if you want to have longevity, you need to work at it. And it's tough. And a lot of the really good bloggers that I used to follow, and when I say follow, I mean every single day, waiting with bated breath at the computer for a new link to pop up so I could read a blog post, just to follow their life and that they burn out, and a lot of them aren't around anymore. But yeah, there's a lot newer ones that I've found who are really special. There are ones out there.
Well, I think that this Talk Ain't Cheap is really special, and I love reading your anecdotes and the stories that you share about your family. And I just want to tell you, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, you have a new look, and it's very simple, and I really like it. So
do you? Because
I do.
I
was surprised to go on and not have the bright colors.
Yeah.
But I found it comforting again, because I like that it's real and it's you, and you were very honest about why you chose to do it like that. So you know what? We're winding down on our hour, Carolyn, and we could talk forever. I love hearing all of your insights. I appreciate it so much. But this is the time on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown where I ask you, what is your favorite Hollywood hotspot? Now, I understand that you don't hang out in Hollywood a lot, and you're kind of live far away from there, but what is your favorite place to hang out? What's a good place to go? Your best suggestion for a place to hang out in LA?
Okay, yeah, I don't hang out in Hollywood. I have 3 young kids, so that's just not, Way back in the day, I used to hang out in Hollywood. We don't get out of Santa Clarita a whole lot. It's just my whole life kind of revolves around little suburban town here. But when we do get out,
awesome
town, yeah. I think I had mentioned this to you before. My favorite restaurant outside of Santa Clarita is the Hummus Bar in I think it's in Tarzana, actually. It's on Ventura Boulevard. Have you ever been there?
No, I had not heard of it.
They have the most incredible pita. Oh, my God. Their pita and hummus is out of this world. They make this pita bread that I swear, it's all homemade. I swear it's as big as a plate. It's like this big, and it's the best thing ever. And you just get a big plate of hummus and the pita bread, and I'm telling you, it's like heaven.
How have I not heard about that? I love that stuff.
I don't know.
That sounds really good.
I don't know. We'll have to go. We'll have to meet there for lunch one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a date, and we'll put it on the map. Okay.
Yeah.
So, wait, it's time now for a selfie. So, hold on. I gotta get the camera on.
Where's should I do one too?
All right. So yeah, let's do a selfie, and we'll put it on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting my new phone in 2 days. So excited.
Are you going for the 6, whatever it is?
David, my husband ordered me the 6.
Okay, Carolyn, smile.
Okay.
Look at my big belly in that one.
Oh,
no, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It helps if I turn the camera around, right?
Yes,
I'm really bad with selfies. There we go. Am I supposed to be in this?
Yes, it's a selfie. You have to be in it.
Me. Okay. The lighting really sucks. Okay. That is so bad. So bad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's it. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to ask or anything you'd like to add, Carolyn?
No, this was fun. It went by really fast.
It sure did. It sure did. So you know what time it is, right?
Oh, what?
Time
Do I have to dance again?
It out. Time to dance it out. Thank you so much for joining me on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown. And thank you, Carolyn West from This Talk Ain't Cheap. And check out our YouTube video next week, and visit me at MizMeliz.com to get all the details, pictures, and how to contact and get in touch with Carolyn. And thank you to all my wonderful guests, Anna, Lydia, Corey, Ruth. We're all here for you. And thank you so much, Carolyn. This has been awesome. So,
thank you.
Time on 10 Minutes. so much.